back. I'm Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. Today is stage 17 of TDF 2024. I am back from the beach and we got back last night, like maybe around 9. I was productive at the beach, but I didn't get anything plied. So we are going to make this a plying day for sock and for this 2-ply. So we are going to finish up the 3-ply. Here we are with 3-ply. Merino. This is superwash merino. This is merino and mohair. And we're going to ply those together. And remember, we did 2 of the superwash and 1 of the merino mohair in the silver fox gray. So we're going to see what that looks like. I'm still super excited about that one. And then after that one, we're going to do this one, which I got to say, I liked it when I bought it, but I absolutely adore this. Adore it. I saw a tortoise crossing when we were riding our bikes at the beach, and I wanted to stop and take a picture, and I didn't. I thought, oh, I'll see so many more. And it was the only one I saw. And I wish that I would have taken the picture because you could see the shell was a little bit shiny, and it had like the brownish orange kind of color to it, which is what this is going to get when I ply it together. So it's going to look really cool. I'm very excited about that. Okay, we have my EEW6. We're going to spin on the e-spinner, mostly because it's fast and I have a lot of plying to do here. So I'm going to adjust my tension on here and we'll just see how we start. I've got my brake band, I've got my drive band here. I'm using the battery now. I had ordered the battery. I didn't get the battery originally because I didn't think I needed it because I have the Nano to travel, but I had a bigger spin and I didn't want to use a zillion little tiny 2-ounce bobbins. So I took this in the car with me while we went to Chincoteague in Virginia. And oh, it worked like a dream. I was so happy. And I got a lot done in the car. The only thing I can't do in the car is ply. That's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna switch this over to S. Whoa, I guess we should probably make sure the foot pedal is plugged in here. It is. Let's do this then. Let's turn it off and then turn it to S and then turn it back on. There we go. Now it should be on foot control. So the battery works awesome. So I don't really even need to plug it in. I'm just gonna keep using it at home. The battery lasts for 8 hours. I'm never gonna sit here for 8 hours and ply. So, or spin or do anything seated for 8 hours. So I am really happy with this. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna do the merino. If you remember, it feels like it's been forever ago, but we're gonna apply this S direction here. And bring these 3 up together here. All right, so I've got these picked up. We just need to see what our twist and our drive is like. And the answer is we need a little more of that. And let's see where we are on the twist. So the ply back test here is pretty good. It's not very tight, which is nice. I want to have a little bit of twist in it, but a little more than the average amount, but not too much. For socks, though, I usually do want a good 30. I want a sturdy enough yarn. I'm really excited to see how this looks. Oh, I already am very excited about this. Let's see here. That might be a little more twist than I want. Let's take a little bit of that out. That's better, I think. I like that. Let's see where we are with our angle of ply. And I showed you last time how to use the ply tool. And I'm gonna look right here, and nope, not enough twist for my liking. Let's see. Yeah, this is like, it's not quite, it's like 25. So I do want that little tiny bit more twist there. So I'm gonna add it in. All right, and we're gonna get going here. So my plying, I had a lot of really good questions when I did these singles. One really good question was, how does spinning superwash merino and non-superwash merino with mohair affect the yarn, and can you put it in the wash? And the answer is, it's not going to affect the yarn much, the final yarn, because merino will go well with superwash merino. It will end up being a not superwash yarn. So it won't be able to go into the washing machine. Not that that makes a big deal for me, because I don't put any of my hand spun stuff into the washing machine anyways. So for me, it was totally a no-brainer. I didn't care if I mixed superwash together. The only time that it really matters to me about superwash would be if I want to drum card a sock blend. Then I would use superwash, and with the superwash, I can card it all superwash together, and it will be fine for a sock blend. Sorry, I have a little fuzzy here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Maybe you can. I'm gonna try to take it off. There it is. It's right there. There we go. Oh, I broke it. Darn it. I knew that was gonna happen. That's okay. So what I do here is I'm just gonna get this a little wet here. And get this a little wet here, because this 3-ply is gonna sit right in there. And I'm gonna lay it right there. I'm gonna add some twist to it. All right, and we're off and running. And that'll stay, because again, it's not all superwash. And that mohair's got some nice friction to it, so it's gonna be just fine. Oh my God. Get this on here, there we go. So I increased my twist a little bit, so it's probably still gonna come back. Actually, I'm okay with that. I like it, okay. Oh, and look at this yarn, it's beautiful. So my plan when I spun from the fold was to make the colors kind of look like they're fading, and it's just gonna keep repeating the fade pattern over and over again. So I think it's gonna look really cool. Almost like that stained glass. Remember the stained glass I did? I don't know what I did. Oh, I did it around Easter, I think. So the stained glass was the black with the brighter colors that were like stained glass that would fade and kind of transition from color to color. This is a version of doing that, because my 2 background yarns are going to be fading, but what I didn't pay particularly close attention to was I'm 2-plying the superwash merino single, so I may not have that as nice of a transition when I knit it, but it's going to look really cool. This is going to make a cool pair of socks. I'm looking forward to it. And then what I'll end up showing you at some point later is going to be, I'm going to spin a sock ply. I think I'm either going to do a spun from the fold chain ply of the superwash merino, which is the pastel color, or I'm going to spin straight up gray for the heel and toe. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to look at it and see what I think. So we are looking at that gray, and it's right there on the 30. Let's see if I can hold this still long enough so I can do a live drawing. So we are looking at the 30 degrees, and it's the gray one following straight out in the S quadrant on this spinning tool. All right, we're going to keep on keeping on here. This is looking so pretty. I'm very excited. This is going to make a great pair of socks. Finn is over there destroying the Frisbee. So we had a wonderful time at the beach, even though it was a bit on the rainy side. But I did, on the upside, get a lot of single spinning done. So I already had this one done before I left, and I took it with me thinking I might ply it there, but that did not happen. However, I did finish 8 ounces, that 8-ounce spin of a tortoise shell, and I will ply that up next later in this video. And I know that the TDF is coming to an end soon, but I still have several really cool things I want to do. And I mean, fear not, we'll keep doing them. Just won't be in TDF. What else could I tell you about sock yarn? Oh, I can tell you that we're going to do some opposing 3-ply coming up. And that's part of that fractal sock spin that I have all planned out. It's completely planned and sitting there in the on-deck circle. But I just don't think I'm going to have enough time to get to it, despite my best efforts. I knew that my pile of stuff was going to be daunting. But all things considered, it's not that bad. I mean, I'll probably get these other 2 fibers done, and I wanted to spin one of my fractal bats. So I think I might be able to squeeze those 3 in these last few days by Sunday. We shall see. 3-ply, always I have my Lazy Kate behind me on my left side, as far to my left as I can, as far straight behind me as I can. That just helps to keep the tension on the 3-ply, and has, if you can, I don't know if the camera angle can see back here by my Lazy Kate, you can see that the yarn's coming off and it has nice tension on it, and things are not tangling up back there. I'm not going to get a big pile of yarn barf or anything like that. Yeah, that is closer to 45, so that is why we stop and check. Let's do this, take some of that out. And you can see I've already got, it's already softened up a bit. Let's see if that was enough. Yep, spot on 30, perfect. All right, I am happy with that. So I'm going to continue on with this 3-ply, and then I will set this yarn. In my diluted state, I thought I was gonna have both of these yarns completely plied today, set the twist and hang the yarn up because it's like 90 degrees outside, but little did I know by the time I sat down to do everything it was gonna be 7 o'clock at night. So that dream has passed. We are ready to ply this Polwarth and Tussa Silk Gorgeousness. I'm using the Lazy Kate that comes with my EEW6. This is the, I don't know if it's the newest model, but it's the newer model. I had the original ones, which I loathe. They tipped over, they slid all over the place, they're a big pain in the butt. These are magnetic, so they have 3 of them, and you can hook them together, and they will stay very nicely together. Also, they are hollow inside, and you can add weight to them, so they won't drag or slide even on the floor. So super awesome. All right, let's see. We are on S. Yes, we're applying on S, and let's see what we get here. And I do not want this to be super duper thick. Oh, I do want some draw though, so let's try that again. There we go. And I hold my yarn as close as I can together here between my 2 fingers, and let's see what we need twist-wise on this. So this one I would be totally fine with a ply angle of around 25, even 20, because I do want it to be kind of floofy-poofy. Yeah, it's probably a little too much. Let's take a look and see what we have right out of the gate. It's just not a good example for an angle on that one. This one's a little bit looser. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, that's about 20. So I want it more like this, less like the tight stuff. So let's see if we can find a nice consistent rhythm here. And that's really what 2-plying is all about, is finding that nice consistent rhythm. And you want to make sure that you have the right amount of twist. You don't want to over twist it, but you don't want to under twist it either, because you don't want yarn that falls apart. I always get frustrated when I purchase yarn that I'm so excited about. Usually it happens with sock yarn, and then it just kind of starts to split and unply when you knit with it, and the needles get caught in. I don't care for that type of yarn. I really, really don't care for it. So I don't like to spin yarn like that. All right, let's see what we have here and see if we need to go more or less. Oh my gosh, I love this already. She really nailed, still a little bit more spring action than I would like. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, no, that's right at 30. So let's see. So this is for you guys at home. See if you can get the answer before I tell you. So if I think I have too much twist on this, what are my options? First of all, you think about that for a second. Then I will tell you. This is really pretty. It's a little bit too firm. I want it to be a little poofier. So the options for that are you can either slow down your treadle, which in my case is the electric twist here, the spin, or I can increase my draw by tightening my Scotch tension over here. I think that I'm going to start, I like the draw, so I think I'm going to turn my speed down just a little bit. So I went from about 3 1/4 to 2 on my little dial here, and let's see if that gives me what I want in a nice consistent way. So I did turn down that spin, you know, the speed, so that basically that knob is like my treadle speed, which is one of the nice things about the e-spinner, and you can get really consistent yarn because you don't have to worry about your feet. There we go. Now we're cooking. Let's see what we got. And it's a beautiful place to measure it too. So for now, we're right about 15. I hope you can see that, because this is a good one to see it on. I'm in the S section here, and here's my 15 line. And all I'm doing is just sliding this out till it matches to, so you can either keep it on the 0 and get one aligned in the middle, which would be this one, or you can just slide it. So this is 15, that's not quite enough. So I'm going to bump that up just a teeny tiny bit. And we're gonna add just a little bit of twist to this. And still see how it is. It's still beautiful. I like that. It's not too much on the plyback, but look how, well, you can't feel it, but it's really soft. It's almost like air now. I would very much like this to be between the 15 and the 30. And I think we have reached success here. We are right around that 25. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm just taking this and sliding it out and wherever it hits. So it's not quite 30 and it's a little steeper than the 15. So that is exactly where I want it to be. And what I'm checking when I do that little, it's not really a plyback test when you're plying, but what I'm testing is how balanced the yarn is. So I tend to like that little bit of coil. You need a little bit of energy in it. If I have a yarn that's just dead when I'm plying it, then by the time you set it, it's gonna lose some of the twist and it'll distribute, and then you're gonna get a really underspun yarn, and I don't wanna do that. I wanna try to get it to be perfect. So now this one, when I just let my hand come back in, this one is definitely too tight, too much twist. So what I'm gonna do is just run my finger along here and just take some of this twist out. And now, what was way over twisted before, bring a little bit more back here. And now we're perfect. Look at that. I think I'm happy with this. So now we know where we want to be. And from here on out, I'll just stop periodically, and I won't necessarily measure the angle. I'm just going to do the quick little, plyback test and see if it's in the neighborhood of what I want. And it's hard to tell how much twist you have on it when it's under tension like this. So you really do, if you really want to have an honest impression, you have to stop and you have to take the tension off. See the difference? Because when you're spinning, you are having some tension on it when you're plying. And when I let go is when it kind of plumps up, and that's really what you're going to get, right? So you don't want to hold it tight and get all of your twist on it and measure it with everything taut. You want to relax that so that you can see what's happening. And if I go here to this thicker spot here, you can see it's nice, and I like that. And then this part back here clearly has more twist in it because it's thinner and it got a little more twist. So what I'm going to do is wind this thicker section on, and then I'm going to take this thinner section and I'm just going to let some of that twist travel out. In a perfect world, there wouldn't be a thinner section, but we're going to ignore that for now. I'm chalking everything up to car spinning, but it was a good time. So I'm going to keep doing this. We're just going to finish up this 2-ply. I'm just really digging this. I can't wait to show you the yarn when it's done. The other thing that you can learn about a 2-ply versus 3-ply. A 3-ply gives you a rounder yarn, it gives you a sturdier yarn, and it will wear a little bit better. It'll have better stitch definition, particularly for cables. So those are all the reasons to do a 3-ply. A 2-ply is a great for like a drapey yarn, an expensive yarn where you're making it nice and soft, and you're not really going for a lot of tension, or it's not going to be wearing. It's not going to be heavy wearing. So when you have that, the 2-ply works very well. But what you will notice is 2-ply hides 0 mistakes. So if you have one that's a little thin and one that's a little thick, you will see it in a 2-ply. The 3-ply, your sins will be hidden a lot better. Yeah, so I'm liking this. So I will see you guys back here in a blink of an eye, and we'll see both of our finished yarns. Here is the first final yarn. This is the 3-ply superwash merino, and mohair. And I love this. It ended up being a WPI 16. I am loving the way this plied together with the gray. Looks really good. Initially, I was considering to ply. I was going to do the chain ply with this and use that as like a striped heel, but I think it's going to actually look better if I do the heel solid due to how much beautiful pastel colors I have going on here. So I'm going to do the heel and the toe, the solid gray with this. The rest is just this plain color. I think that's going to look really nice together. So that is my plan. I'll just do that off camera, spin enough for the toes and heels in a nice 3-ply 16 WPI, and it'll wear beautifully because the mohair will add a little extra strength to it too. So this is really exactly what I was looking for. So I am very happy. I can't wait to make a sock. I'm gonna have to force myself to finish the pair I've been working on for the last year. I guess I should think of a name for this. This is a blend of silver fox and just some pastel stuff. I'm open to suggestions. I don't really have any great ideas. I finally finished this gorgeousness. It took me much longer to apply this than I thought it would, but there is a lot here. This is a good 8 ounces, and I used every speck of it. Polwarth and silk. Oh, Polwarth and mulberry silk, and it's so shiny. I adore this. This looks nice. The weight ended up being, I wanted it to be a DK weight. It actually turned out a little thicker. It's more like a worsted. It's 910, really. So I'm gonna let you take a real nice close up here. Just look at that. Nice consistent ply angle. So we have this tortoise shell. Oh, the other thing I did was I lost at chicken, at Bobbin Chicken. So it's in 2 pieces now. I couldn't fit this last bit on. So when I do use it, I have to remember. So if you look here, the orange is on the outside here of my skein, and then this comes across, and you get into this kind of, it starts to get to brown to blue here, and that's where this is supposed to be, right here. And then it transitions into this, and then the solid blue is at the end. So that is how I'll have to remember to ball wind it. There you have it. I believe stages 16 through 19, which is today, although I started a new spin today, so maybe we'll call that 19 through 21, and we'll call this one 16 through 18. So I will see you next time. I will be doing the fractal 3-ply progressive fractal bat spin from my Moonlit Seas blend, and we will be doing some spinning tomorrow. I hope I will get some video tomorrow at Avalon Springs Farm, where I'm going to be doing a little TDF spin in. I'm looking forward to it. Until next time, spin hack.